Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the upper suspension arm here. I had a really bad crash and I snapped mine. It basically pulled out right here at the seam and just completely busted it open. Luckily, as far as I can tell, it didn't bend this pin here, which goes all the way through and holds it in. So as you can probably kind of see, I've already got the wheel taken off and the old part taken off. It's pretty easy to put everything back together, so we'll just kind of work in reverse here. First thing I'm going to do is double check that I have this the right direction, so we can kind of see that this part goes forward, so we can see it here. So basically, first things first, I'm going to put this, we'll go back on here, and then we're going to take the ball and put it back in this way, and this takes a 2.5 millimeter for the ball joint, and we'll screw it in like so. So basically, actually I think what I'm going to do is we're going to pre-screw it in, and then, because obviously we don't have any threads in here, so take this and this goes this direction. So as you can see here, we kind of got the ball started. You want to make sure it's even perfectly, so that way we don't have any issues, and then we just continue to kind of pre-screw or pre-drill. That way we have the threads in, and that way when we go to do it from the other side, it'll just go in without too much of an issue, hopefully. So now we're going to basically take this piece and this little thin piece, and we're going to add it together. That way it's already done, because we can't really come at it from the bottom side to get it to go in. Actually, it would be this direction, and that way we already have it in, because we won't be able to fit it here. So obviously we have the two nuts on the bottom there. They basically, we're just going to fit in here, and then the screws go down into here. So basically just undo these, and we'll take this, make sure this point is pointing forward, and then basically just fit them in like so. Excuse me, it's a little hard doing this left-handed, but basically I'll get them started and then kind of do them a little bit at a time. That way they go in evenly, and you can see that they fit right in that groove there all the way around. So then now I'll basically just get it tightened up all the way. well, not all the way, but almost all the way, I can start feeling it getting snug. And then I'll move to the next one, just so there's even pressure on both sides. So just a little bit more. And then hand tight, of course. You don't have to be super duper duper tight. You don't want to strip or crack the plastic piece up here. So now what I'm going to do is take this pin, and this goes in right here. So right there. And you want to make sure that this piece, when you put it through, is right behind here. So the way that that will actually look is we put it through just like so, and then I want to get this clip on, and that makes it so this piece doesn't rattle around either which way. So basically just kind of wedge this in, and then we can push the pin the rest of the way in. I'll double check for play. That's really pretty loose. Well, it's loose. There's no slop or anything, but it moves up and down. No problems. And then it's a 2.5 mil. And then basically we come back over here and we'll tighten it up. You want it pretty snug, of course. You know, don't overdo it because they're, you know, back here it's plastic, so you don't want to overdo it. And then of course now we can take the ball end and we can put it through here and screw it into this. And then again, this is a 2.5 mil drive. So make sure your dog bone or your drivetrain's lined up, obviously, so you can get everything lined up properly. So I'll get this started through here first, and then we'll make sure that we're even this way again, and we'll just slowly turn, and it should just thread itself in, and that's why we would have done the threads before. Okay, so another thing to note is make sure that this piece is sticking out from this, otherwise your ball might bind and you can strip this, and obviously we don't want to do that. So if it's a little tight, just kind of compress the suspension a little bit and you should be able to push it from here outward, and then you can get it tightened up the rest of the way. Okay, so at this point you'll have these two pieces. So one is your black one, and then this cup side will go in towards the ball, so it sits in nice and flush. And so you have the red piece here. You can see there's a sort of a gap, and so they'll fit in like this, and then that goes in this way. So the curvature will sit in against the ball. And I use a 5mm Allen, and that will go in and you can turn it. So basically, so you can barely see the ball. So basically that just goes in like that, And then we take our Allen and turn. Be very, very gentle not to cross thread anything in here. So just take it nice and easy. So I can feel that the threads have already started on their own. So we just turn it nice and slow. You want to feel for play. You don't want any play. So you want to tighten it up to where there's no play, but you don't want to tighten it too much to where it's very, very stiff, and then that you won't have any steering, because the servo will have to work way too hard to get the wheel to turn. So we're almost there. Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so from here, of course, you want to check the suspension, make sure it's moving freely, which it seems to be. So definitely feels comparable to the other side here. So that's it. You basically will just put your wheel back on, tighten the nut, and then that's it. So that's how you get your upper suspension arm changed out.